Welcome home, Bitcoin truth seekers. This is take two because I forgot to share the screen and actually make the stream live first time. So this is take two. Welcome home, Bitcoin truth seekers. It is Monday, September 26th, 12:09 p.m. here in the Arizona desert. So let's rock through this one real quick. The market and world are kind of interesting. So BitcoinDailyView.com got more for you there. Check it out. Looking at the whales battle it out today, the bull whales and the bear whales. Definitely they're in a cage match today. They're trying to decide which way Bitcoin is going to go. So I see some shorts definitely got wrecked a little bit ago. It's kind of an equal battle. They're throwing in the money. They're trying to make the price action go one way or the other. I kind of like days like this because there's not really a kind of a whale consensus, in my opinion. Definitely a battle. We got, there's the deep state in the cage trying to decide what they're going to do, save the world or destroy it. All right. Looking at FinViz right here, the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, they all started kind of positive, dipped a bit. Now they're finding some traction moving up. I like that. Looking at all the S&P 500 stocks here, starting to see some green today. Amazon's up, Tesla's up, and Apple is up. That's nice to see. And as far as consumer defensive, what is that? Anyway, discount stores. Anyway, is that Walmart? Yeah, Walmart. Walmart is up 1%, just in case you were worried. All right, now some fun news. For the first time in my life, Italy has a good nationalist state leader. All love and respect to Giorgia Meloni. Hey, I'm glad you won. If you are a nationalist and such like that, you don't believe in like the kind of WEF New World Order, well, then you're probably happy about this. If you dig that stuff, you're probably screeching mad. Well, anyway, this definitely denotes a change in the European theater. The EU, this is a big deal. This really screws up, begins to mess up along with other things, especially Orban over there is that Turkey? Yeah. Also, you have over in Hungary. You have the countries that are not going along with that. So right now, we're going to look at this real quick as we rock through, but they're getting crushed financially in some ways. Well, in many, many ways because of the proxy war and many other things. Anyway, here's the deal. This, if you would like to see nationalism kind of reign and EU nations start to like just kind of basically protest and say, no, we're not going to push east anymore. This is ridiculous. This whole EU NATO proxy war is not benefiting us. Who is it benefiting? Who cares? Not us, that's for sure. This lady is a huge step towards EU sovereignty and maybe just kind of like the next Brexit where everyone just loses that bad idea. Lucio Paletti, he's an amazing artist. Look at this amazing Bitcoin art he did. He kicks out amazing, amazing stuff. Just going to throw him a little bit of love and put this out there. Definitely check him out on Twitter and follow if you want to see some groovy, groovy artwork that he is constantly putting out. I like it. Like this one right here. Cast your vote for a new money system, Bitcoin. You own it, control it. Bitcoin is better money. Just great, great fun art. I think you may enjoy it. So check that out if you so desire. Now, here's the deal, okay? In the middle top here, we've got dollar strength index. It is cranking. I can get into why, etc., but we know it's, DXY is pumping, and as you can see, it broke out its upwards channel that it's been. These are all daily charts. So it is pumping, and of course, what's happening? Well, oil is dumping, and that's probably also in part because we're using the strategic reserves. Allegedly, from what I hear, they got it stretched out right to the midterms to try to keep oil prices down. We'll see what happens. Watch out. I'm actually I'm not doing puts on oil, but I might actually do some just spot trading. Well, actually a little bit weird with oil, but anyway, when we finally hit that bottom around like November after the midterms, I might actually go into oil because I think we're going to see an explosion in price there. Anyway, I'll be able to like make more money than my truck burns. So maybe I might as well invest. Anyway, US dollar strength index cranking, breaking out of the channel, oil dumping. This is basically a US, I'm sorry, gosh, where am I at here today? This is US oil spot. This is DXY. And over here, you've got the SPX, S&P 500. As you can see, it even on a gap, it actually on Friday, it actually opened with a gap, as you can see, could not dump hard enough. And then today we're dumping again. So this pumping dollar strength index caused by raising the interest rates, etc. This is a big deal. I think a lot of this has to do with some of the proxy war that we're seeing in Ukraine. I think they really, really need to strengthen the DXY. And but of course the problem is that causes a lot of collateral damage. When they pump the DXY, when they up that interest rate, it's crushing the consumer, crushing the stock market, which basically kind of lessens demand, which actually does lower inflation. It's not a pretty thing. Those rate increases don't help anybody, and if they keep increasing it, only the government and big companies, the Fortune 500, can borrow money. So really, this is not a beautiful thing. Dollar strength index cranking like this, it does serve those who want to crank it, but it does not, serve much else. Look at the S&P 500. That's not good for anybody. US Tech 100 here, it's been going down the last couple of days. It's below the important moving averages, but today it's beginning to pull up a little bit. That's kind of cool. Looking at gold, dumping hard, dumped on Friday, dumping today. Look at gold, look at silver, dumped on Friday, dumping today. One sec. Let's check a message here. Okay, so, but one thing that's not dumping, we're going to look at a few things here, is the ruble versus USD, so RUB USD. As you can see, beginning of the conflict back here, it dumped a little bit. You see this huge green candle. I think it was actually people buying who could. They were buying ruble with USD, and that's the thing where we got this spike when they saw the bottom. And then boom, boom, boom. So it's down a little bit today on the daily chart, but ruble versus USD, ruble still dominating. But you know what is not dominating? It's British pound. What's it called? Crud. It's GPB. GPB. What's it called? British pound sterling. Pound sterling. British pound sterling versus USD. Look at this. So one of the problems we have here with the pumping the DXY and the raising of the interest rates and such, and crushing the market, here's the S&P 500, crushing the consumer, crushing commodities like gold and silver here, crushing the oil price. And watch out for this oil price. Like I say, I'll be buying spot, or you can buy spot, right? I forget how you got to buy oil. I'll have to see how it works. But when we get to that midterm, when we hop in oil, I have a feeling we're going to see an explosion in price there. I think this is probably due to the oil reserves being used. Don't be surprised if come November 5th or 6th that they're empty. Anyway, annual price explodes. So here's the British pound sterling versus USD. So this insane pumping DXY, look what it's doing. It's beginning to crush other currencies, especially in Europe, where they're already weakened by the Ukrainian proxy war and the sanctions and such. So look at this. This is a daily chart. This is not good for anybody whatsoever on this daily chart. So you've got a dump back on the 23rd. You got a dump today on the 26th. That's not good. That's because of the pumping dollar strength, and also because of, in general, their economy not being so strong. So if you're in the ruble, like, you're strong, you know what I mean, against the dollar, very strong. But if you're in like a British pound sterling, you're dumping hard. So basically, stuff is happening, so be on guard. That's why I mentioned that. But while we have these terrible things happening here also, and I'm sure this does not make some people happy, Giorgia Meloni, that could be something that might help this begin to move up again if we can get nations to get out of that proxy mess they got going on there. Anyway, 11 billion in Bitcoin trading last 24 hours. That's incredibly strong. Looking at spot trading, beautiful. All the big exchanges in the green. Many are over 100%. So definitely have spot trading happening. For derivatives, longs versus shorts with leverage, basically 51 billion on Binance. That's pretty darn good enough. So definitely we're seeing an increase in volume. People are trading. It's beautiful to see. So the market's actually happening. That's for sure. Looking at Bitcoin, the top 100, Bitcoin coming in at 19,188. I like that. In general, most of the top 100 are not in the green, or if they are, they're barely in the green. Bitcoin, Bitcoin, BSB, whatever, it's in the green. So it's probably tied to the DXY or something like that. You know, both indicators of evil. DXY is kind of indicator of global evil, and like BSB is kind of like an indicator of like strictly crypto market evil. You know, both are green today. Anyway, allegedly. Okay. Terra Luna Classic up 39%. Luncy, that's based on news. I think Bitcoin. I think Binance is doing a burn. IOTA up 10% today, and Terra, of course, just Terra. Luna is up 17% today. So in general, top 100, not too exciting. Been too much volatility over the weekend, but I think we're going to start catching up. Definitely might see everybody in the green by the end of the day. Looking at longs versus shorts for Bitcoin and for Ethereum, both on Binance have a long bias right now, not surprising. And I want to just note for Bitcoin right here, the 2-hour MACD is positive. The 2-hour MACD being positive is oftentimes, to me, a great balance between short-term and long-term. So both like 4-hour chart, 45-minute chart is usually positive when the 2-hour MACD is positive. And also it tends to show you which leaning, which bias the daily MACD is lending towards. So it's lending towards positive. So I think we have a really nice positive thing going on right now. I'm going to fire up. Let's go back to this. This will work. Let me see. What did I have going on here? Okay, yeah. I just want to look at this here. Let me go back to the daily chart. This is Bitcoin. Okay, so just take a little bit of a view here. Let me just nix this MACD. So I started doing a fib way back here in the 3K days, back to in the 3K visit that Bitcoin did back in March of 2020. As you can see, this fib sequence really kind of sticks pretty well. What I do like is if we are really kind of finding support, holding support above this 786. And so really, if you have a run, even though this is a big amount of time, if you have a nice run and you get to the 786 and you can hold that, that is a very powerful place to move up on. So you get below the 786, who knows, maybe we're giving it all back. Maybe the doom tards will be happy because Bitcoin really dumps. But right now in the daily chart, we're below the 100 moving average, below the 50. Yeah, that's not too positive, but we're visiting the 786. We really do seem to be, ever since like the 19th of June, we've been finding support above that. We haven't gone under it. That is pretty darn powerful. So I think this is a sticky spot. If we can make a bounce at the 786, get back in the 618 golden pocket here, and you can see the 618 has actually had some. If you look at the chart, previously, it's definitely had some validity there. So this all seems to fit very well. I like the 200 moving average on the daily is right there at the 618. So if we get a run, it could start happening. 786 is a very powerful place to bounce. I find it means you've given enough back to really run once again. Now, looking at the 45-minute chart, we are just barely getting above the 200 moving average. We're really kind of struggling there. So Bitcoin right now is doing the bounce between the 200 and the 314 moving average. 200 is red, 314 is kind of the blue one right there. It's been making some good moves today, up and down. It's like I say, it's ranging between the 200 and 314. I'm gonna wait for a nice break above the 314 support there. We'll see what happens. As we can see back here, I'm watching the bulls and the bears. The big money are really they don't have a consensus. They're both trying to push it where they want it to go, and they're not in agreement whether that is up or down. So they're I like that. It means the bulls and the bears on the whale level are definitely, cage matching, and that's always a good thing. So this beautiful volatility right here, boom, 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 ranging between that 200 and 314 on the 45-minute chart. That's nice. And this kind of volatility that we're seeing here, that is definitely a cage match between the bulls and the bears. Let them figure it out and then hop in. Not financial advice, but that's what I'm doing. Okay. So indicators look positive enough here on the 45-minute chart. On the 4-hour chart, definitely you can see like these are 2 4-hour candles here. That's definitely your bulls and your bears that you are seeing back here, duking it out. A lot of volume coming in. So we're below the 200 moving average, and that's fine on the 4-hour chart. But in general, squeeze indicators beginning to go green again. We'll see what happens. A lot of volatility has been happening. Bitcoin's looking strong enough, especially on the that daily 786 bounce. If we could get that would be really wonderful if that continues. 45-minute chart, at least for the immediate price action. Maybe we're going to see a nice run this week. We'll see. Right now, seeing some nice volume. Bulls and bears are working it out. If it ends up closing positive today, well, it doesn't really close. But if we can get above that 314 moving average, which is right around 19,200, find support above that, that would be a positive thing. But the chart's not that incredibly exciting. But what I do like right now is we definitely have the S&P 500 and the big indexes open. positive, then they gave a little bit back. Now they're kind of moving up a little bit. They'll probably finish the day sideways. Look at the S&P 500. It's not really a positive day for it, but Bitcoin here in the short time frame is doing fine. The bulls and the bears are not in total coherence. They're duking it out, trying to make things happen. Basically towards their own interests. Bitcoin's actually doing darn well for a market day like this. I like it. It's pretty darn interesting. I can dig it. Wow, cool, right? Now, this is brought to you pretty much by Blockchain Education. So if you go over to in the show description, show notes, you'll see that there. But also if you go to the Bitcoin Daily View page, bitcoindailyview.com, you will see an affiliate link there. I make a few bucks if you join, but I'm not doing it to get rich. I'm not even really doing it for the money. I'm just doing it because I think they're a great group. Every week we have a call, and Jonathan Regan, one of the top dogs there, goes over a bunch of good coins that are really making some moves right now, even though the market may seem to be kind of crappy. Some alts are doing quite well. And this is my list of the ones from that list that we went over that are actually doing well today. So going to take a look at these, and I won't show this every week, but some weeks I will. Definitely just to give you an idea of, if you join the team there, then we get there's automated trading there. It's even managed trading right now, which is really amazing. And just put your money in a couple of the buckets that you so desire to, and it's being traded for you, basically, managed trading. That's really wonderful. It takes some of the risk of automated trading out because you have a human actually who's making things happen there. And anyway, I won't belabor this, but these are coins we went over, I think it was Friday, and we update this weekly, and then we're all in the chat together, all 24/7. Basically, it's happening, and we're watching these and watching other things that come up, but especially watching these and finding good entries in and out. Right now, we're doing a lot of trading against BTC, but if it's doing good against BTC, probably will against USDT also. So check it there if you want to trade it that way, and you can hop in over there. So let's rock this real quick. All right, so I'll go versus BTC. Pump this morning, giving a lot back, finding some traction. The indicators could go either way. I'm watching the KRI turn up. In general, all this is good. Squeeze indicators kind of going down, and you can see the ADX is beginning to wane off a little bit. I'd watch this one. Starting to get some green candles here on the 4-hour chart, but that's pretty powerful. I'm going to keep watching this one. Let me go to a 45-minute chart here. 45-minute chart. It's starting to pick up. I'm kind of liking that. Let's watch this one. As you can see, it's battling a 200 moving average right there. So on a 45-minute chart, if we can break above this 200 moving average and stay there, continue up, get some strong indicators, get some ADX here. I'm sorry, get the some directional index in the green, and the squeeze indicator looking good. Some blue binary candles. Definitely, this could be a continuation, unlike an algo versus BTC. IOTA versus BTC, pumped, going sideways. This is a 45-minute chart in general. We're above the 200 moving average. All is looking good, getting sideways here. I'm kind of expecting a bit of a continuation right here. It's giving some back. Definitely something I might hop into. None of this is financial advice, of course. This is just I'm just sitting here looking at charts, thinking out loud. Okay, I like PNT right now because PNT versus BTC. You can see these huge moves that it's doing here. These beautiful spiky pumps that is trailing take profit nirvana right there. Right now we're at the 200 moving average, we're kind of going sideways. The chart is looking, these indicators are okay. The squeezing indicator is still in the red. The directional index is in the green. ADX is too low. It's right around like 18 right now. I'd wait for it to get around a little bit above 20 or so. Watch this thing here. Watch for a green candle or two. Wouldn't it be great to catch one of these pumps like that? So I might hop in this guy if the indicators look all good. I say ADX around 25 or 23. Some binary candles beginning to go positive here, a little bit more green. Some climb that mountain there. Squeeze indicator beginning to get green. Green binary candles in general. I think we're looking good there. I might try to buy one of these crazy pumps, just as a small trade there, but definitely that trailing take profit could just be glorious. I like data. Data's kind of doing the same thing as PNT. You know what? I just screwed up. I was looking at data and I thought it was PNT. So sorry about that. Data. Wait, what happened there? No, I'm right. Yeah, PNT. Boom, 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 boom. Looks wonderful. Now data. Okay, data. Data kind of does the same thing. It's these beautiful little pumps like that. Data is very volatile. I love this. We're above the 200 moving average. We're moving up right now. The squeeze indicator is beginning to go positive. ADX is moving positive. We're in the green for directional index. Blue binary candles. This guy is wonderful. I kind of like this one here. You can actually draw a nice, beautiful upwards channel. Boom, boom. You might want to cut off some of those spikes there, bring it to about here. But I mean, look at that. That's glorious. I'm not quite ready to get in this one right now. So just let it be. Not too excited, but definitely watching that one. Nexo versus BTC. Woo! This one's dumping hardcore. We'll just go past that one. That one's not happy right now. DIA versus BTC. I kind of like this one. It's a little bit interesting. Let's just see what happens here. It's hugging that 200 moving average, but once again, look at some of the beautiful volatility this thing has. If you were to catch one of those with a trailing take profit or a limit order, some dream limit orders, to sell, we're collecting the 200 moving average crosses right here. That's what the pink squares are. And so, boom, it's kind of wonderful. Your squeeze indicator is, kind of positive. Not exactly an exciting chart. Directional next is in the green. ADX is moving down. I might watch for the ADX to move up and some positive squeeze indicator, positive SME binary candles. This might be a one that I put a little bit in, just see if I can get one of these little pops that happen. Fourth BTC, wait for it to get above the 200 moving average and find support there. Right now, I think that one's kind of dumping. BNX, BTC, hugging that 200 moving average. We could see a little bit of volatility here. I'm not too excited about it. LUNC pumped like crazy personally because we have previous support and resistance around this level here on the 45-minute chart. I'm not sure if it's going to give all this back. I think maybe it's given what it's going to give back. Saw a bit of a dump here by Sam's candles. They show you that when 3 candles in a row are green, they turn purple. When 3 candles are going down, so 3 candles up is purple, 3 candles down is yellow. So I think we're beginning to find support here. Got some good looking indicators. I'm in this. I saw it pumping, got in a little bit. I'm just going to hang out. I think we'll probably see a continuation of this. Link BTC. Looking at this one here, I like Link. And what I did was, here you go. I just kind of went in here and I charted. I went like this. This is fun. All right, let's stay there. Here we go. Boom. So as you can see the general pattern being made here. I have a feeling it's probably going to come back to, because this is what it's doing. I just traced it, then I pulled that down. Kind of helps you see. So I think maybe it gave a lot back, and now it's moving up, and the indicators look like it probably is going to move up from there. I'm not quite ready to get into it yet. I might just wait for I need a little bit more of a confirmation of what it's going to do. Don't quite think it's got the energons to get back to the top of this channel. So I'm going to wait for this thing here and see if this plays out. If we come back down to the mid-range or come back down to the bottom of the channel, basically. And then maybe I'll hop in it, but right now not quite ready. But Link BTC, definitely, if you can get in it on one of these channel bottoms, that's just friggin' glorious. I'm gonna wait for that to happen. Here on the 45-minute chart, it's about the 200 moving average. I like seeing that. Looking at the 4-hour chart, how's it looking there? Yeah, 4-hour chart, a little bit of the 200 moving average. You can see this beautiful upwards channel. Actually, not bad to look at it that way too. I'm gonna kind of go right about here. Upwards channel, that's just glorious. It's just cruising. So once again, in the 4-hour chart, you can kind of see it also. So I'm gonna wait for this thing to kind of come back down. I have a feeling we're going to see a move something like this to the mid-range or all the way to the bottom, or the 200 moving average, and come back. So let's watch that one. Link BTC definitely could be a money maker, an exciting one this week. Link BTC, okay, ING BTC. This thing is a beast. It's insane. It's moving like crazy. 4-hour chart on this one here. You can see Buck over the 200 moving average been making a move up. Let me move some of these crazy drawings. It's looking good. Pretty darn volatile right now. 45-minute chart. It pumped this morning. Gave a lot back on the 45-minute chart. How am I feeling about this one? I think it's probably on a downswing right now, and in general, it's kind of sideways. It did have some definite energy came in there, but I can't read it right now. We'll see what it does. Oh yeah, Cake BTC. Once again, this is another one of those ones. Beautiful upwards channel. Let me just move all these drawings. Beautiful upwards channel, looking good. I think it's about to give a little bit back, and then it'll probably start to move up again. Kind of excited about this. I think we'll probably see something like this, just up, down, probably up. There's a channel going on here. Wait for these indicators to turn back up. I like cake versus BTC. Nice, beautiful upwards move. I mean, if you could if you had gotten in here on that 200 moving average cross, you probably would have sold here. But even that would have been a great gains. Anyway, this is a great one to hop in and maybe just ride gains for quite a while until it truly turns around. Neblio versus BTC. I like this one here. I was drawing on it earlier. I definitely think you see an upwards channel forming here. Definitely the chart is beginning to it's not too weak, but it's definitely beginning to give some back. I think we're going to see a revisit to the bottom of this channel and a move up. So Neblio versus BTC. If you are really a crazy trader, I'm not going to do this because I have the time to sit here and kind of watch it. But definitely I might put an alert in down here, and take a look at it, and maybe I'd hop in or even scale some buys down here. I have a feeling I'll probably continue with this upwards channel. I like it. We're definitely seeing some institutional money come in, I think, pushing this thing up. So let's just see what happens. This channel looks pretty strong to me. If we look at a 4-hour chart, how's that looking? Yeah, I mean, this guy's been cranking for a while. You could even actually get a little bit spiffy here, and you could draw a channel kind of like this on the 4-hour. That's nice and clean, looks good. Let me adjust that a little bit. Boom. This chart looks good. Yeah, definitely on the 4-hour chart you can see some money flowing into there. I consider that to be institutional money myself. That's alleged. That's just my opinion. The reds and the yellow candle on the 4-hour chart does tend to show that's some big money rolling in. Directional index has been in the green for a long time. ADX is looking good. Squeeze right now, that was kind of lessening a little bit. So I have a feeling, looking at this one, I'm going to wait for a little bit of a retrace here, a natural cycle on the way up, and maybe a visit to this 200 moving average, then a continued move. We'll see how it kind of goes, but I'm watching Neblio, CHC, Chili's. Oh gosh, let's see, too much scribble on there. Chili's, I don't want to make this video too long, but basically it's moving up. It's thinking about that 200 moving average. It kind of visited it once again. The 200 moving average. It got too low. It kind of broke below it. Didn't make it below the 314. Didn't really go below the RSI cave there. It's getting rejected by the 200 moving average. I'm going to watch this one. Definitely, we could be seeing a natural swing down before we move back up. And if we did, it'd be a great thing to catch. I'm watching this, but right now, kind of Chili's is off my list. But I'm watching it. If we get a 200 moving average break and find some support there, and these indicators turn up, definitely Chili's could be a nice one. Cody versus BTC, definitely had some earlier move up, and of course it gave it all back, gave it back hard to the 200 moving average. Right now it's on a bit of a downswing here, beginning to maybe turn up. Let's just kind of see what happens. This is quite often what happens, is exactly this. On the 45-minute chart, you'll see big money come in here and some big volume. It moves, and they basically just step back and they watch what the retail market does. So there you go. And right now the retail market is beginning to put some, it might even be that, maybe we're seeing some larger whales come in here, but they're kind of keeping it above the 200 moving average. So I like this one. It's definitely being played here. So let's see what happens. I'm going to watch for a 200 moving average support and a move back up. And if these indicators go good, if we get some green binary candles, ADX above 20 or 25, and the squeeze looks good. Some blue binary candles, KRI back in the green. Definitely, this guy could be another run up. And I mean, if it basically just does what it did again, like if we look at like a forecast, if we bounced off to previous a high before it turned around, that's like 7% easy. So let's watch this one. Right now, been a little bit of volatility with Bitcoin and the market. So these odds are kind of finding their footing here on Monday. So we'll see how things kind of go. Alpaca versus BTC. I like what I'm seeing here. It's been sideways for a while. It's been flirting with the 200 moving average, doing little crosses. It kind of got above the 200 moving average. It's gently climbing. Get these beautiful spikes here, which are trailing take profit nirvana. I'm not seeing a lot of big money volume, in my opinion, come into it really. Green directional index, the squeeze indicator is not too positive. Blue binary candles. This guy might just continue gently rolling up. I'm gonna wait for starting to see some green here in the squeeze indicator. Already got blue in the binary candles. KOI is staying green. This is a nice one. Alpaca versus BTC might be a nice, beautiful general, nice uptrend to stay in. I'm gonna look at alpaca USDT. Can you trade that? Yeah, on Binance, Polynex, KuCoin. Okay, so everyone's got one of those. Looks the same against USDT. I like that. In fact, the chart looks even a little bit better against USDT. It's pushing up the RSI cave a little bit, but definitely this thing's got some nice bursty wicks there. This thing wants to move. Let's look at this is against USDT, of course, but let's look at the 4-hour chart real quick. Are we seeing? Yeah, we saw some institutional pumps right there. Maybe seeing some institutional money, some big money rolling in right now on the 4-hour chart. I'm going to watch this one. Also, I like how we're seeing the squeeze indicator start to look positive in the KRI. I'm sorry, on the SPX, the ADX turning positive, and we have green binary. I'm just tired this morning. Green directional index. We've got the nice blue binary candles. KRI is in the right spot. This thing's looking good. 4-hour chart looks good. I might actually hop in alpaca with some USDT, maybe in some BTC also, and just ride this one. I think it's kind of gently cruising up. We'll see what happens. Not exactly an exciting chart, but I like what I'm seeing there. So really, definitely I'll go for that bounce. I like it. Watching IOTA for maybe continuation, PNT, watching for continuation, data, watching for, I'm not going to go through all these again. It would take forever, but basically we're seeing some all start to make some move. I'll be here every day of the week that I can hop on in the morning, or at least sometime at a reasonable time during the day, hop on, kind of share with you what I'm looking at. If you need a little bit of inspiration, check out Radiant Creators, another podcast of mine, where I interviewed Stephen Halpern recently, kind of like the patriarch of New Age music. It was really a great one. And other than that, have a great day. And remember, for every Bitcoin Satoshi you own, a piece of crap globalist cries. So take care.